We've got questions for you, Sandra, that came in from viewers, so let's get right to them. This is Caitlin from Richmond, BC, and she emailed, what is the one must-have item that will update my fall wardrobe? What do you think she needs?
Interesting. Well, of course, in my department, there's never just one thing.
I knew you were not going to be able to pick one.
No. You know, I think this whole discussion about boots is kind of interesting.
Okay.
So I'd probably say buy a new pair of boots, and that can be that new mid-length boot, the mid-calf, very difficult to wear.
It's a tricky one.
But if you're the right person, that other boot I showed you, the slightly higher one, smoosh, you know, the ankle boots are still happening. So I'd say maybe, you know, everybody loves new shoes. What woman doesn't love to buy new shoes? Yeah. And you don't even really need an excuse, which is the best part. Yeah. The other thing I'd say is, you know, vests are very cool. You saw it in some of the outfits I showed you earlier.
The long vest.
And that all started with a trend, actually, that Celine brought in last season, which was kind of the sleeveless coat. So that was slightly longer. So I think you can play with some proportion. And I'm going to give you just one more, which would be the higher-waisted A-line skirt mid-calf, if you can wear it. Again, these are all body dependent, so that's probably why there's never one answer.
That's right. You have to try it on and see if that midi length is for you, because some people are going to look more frumpy in it. Some people it's going to lengthen them out.
You're
and it's
so
going to be
right,
good for
Tracy.
them, right?
You're so right. I mean, with any trend, there's always, you know, you have to find the one that works.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Is there a way to keep my wool sweaters from pulling, and how do you handle piling? Pilling. Piling.
Tell your husband to get his hands off you.
Pilling.
Okay, pilling. So you know why pilling occurs. First of all, pilling occurs when there's a lot of abrasion. It's happened a lot at the inexpensive end of the cashmere market because they've gotten shorter and shorter fibers. That's why cashmere has become so affordable. Right. So it pills. So couple of things. First of all, when you wash them inside out.
Right.
Delicate, the most delicate cycle, if not hand wash. But the other thing is you know, if you don't have one of those electric razors for them to take the pills off, you can use a razor blade, or you can use, there's a wonderful pair of scissors that I love that have they're a fine sewing scissor that has an upturned blade, so you can actually, when you sit it on the surface, you can cut them off very close. So that's a good way to look at combating it.
That's so tedious. Get your kids to do that.
Yeah, and make sure if you use the electric one to be careful that you lay the sweater flat, because if it's crumpled at all, it can eat your sweater and you can end up with holes in your sweater.
You don't want
when you're trying to just get rid of a little unsightly pill.
That was Jen, by the way, who tweeted that question to us. Okay, an email now from Emma. I love the layered look, but how do I pull it off without looking like the Michelin Man?
Yeah, that's a very valid thing, because I think we all love these layered looks. I would tell you, just mix up your layers. When I see somebody whose layers all end at the same hip or at the same thing, that's what's going to add the bulk. So if you've got some shorter, some longer, something, it allows your eye to play up and down the body, so you don't look so much at the width. And just play with different weights. I mean, you're not going to wear a down vest with a puffy coat on top with a great big scarf around your neck. Like, probably you should go to the Polar North if that's what you're doing, and then nobody cares what you look like.
Yeah, you'll know when too much is too much, right?
For sure.